Hey guys, welcome to tonight's flight. We're down in SoCal. We're starting off in San Diego where we had the Flight Sim Expo in September. And Marsh is saying, I stayed at the Marriott Marquis Marina. First rule of flight sim conventions, never stay at the convention hotel. I stayed at the convention hotel. It was good because being able to be close to your room so you can, if there was like nothing going on, you can go to your room or go to a pool. Plus it was in an area, like it wasn't far from the mall to get some food and stuff, but the only thing is that area, lots of homelessness. So when you're like walking around, you definitely see it. And Benjamin, I don't see you. I don't see your name tag. I moved up, so maybe you're right behind me. Let me check. So I'll just wait for you guys. So I think Benjamin, you said that you were on the other side, and normally at this airport, you don't take off from this side, but I'll take off from here. We can go downtown into San Diego, and then turn around, and then head up on the coast, up to McClellan. McClellan's going to be the first stop. That's in Carlsberg. You're on the... I just moved as well. West End. You're on the West End? Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, the West End. I was thinking of the North End, but yeah, it is actually West. Because when I'm looking straight ahead, I don't see any name tags, but I do in the background, so that is good. It's not like I can't see anyone. I watched your Let's Go Across the Street to Starbucks stream. It was the first sizzling popcorn video I ever watched. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. 30 seconds away, okay. I'm on East End across from Ben. Okay. So you guys see each other. Cheddar and Ben see each other, but I don't see. It could be that the name tags that I'm seeing, I'm actually on the beta version. So I'm wondering if, because I'm on the beta version, I'm not going to see you guys. I don't know if you can see me, but if you can, hey, that's great. But yeah, I don't see any of you. But yeah, and then Marsh, let me know when you've arrived. Because then if I can't see you, well, then I'll just give you guys the heads up and then we can go. Okay, you cannot. I'm just gonna try to do the old trick here. Go on a different server. And then come back. I even lost some name tags that were there before, but... Alright, I know it's a slightly delayed, but I'll be guiding you guys. So, yeah, so you have arrived. Ben's current bandwidth, ignore. names have popped back, so still, yeah, nothing. Okay, we won't worry about it. We'll just play along with it. But you guys are watching anyways on the stream, so you'll be able to see where I am. So let's spool up and take off. We'll go eastwards, like into downtown a little bit of San Diego before we turn around to go to McClellan, our first stop in Carlsberg. Is it Carlsberg? All right, so I'm gonna go into the cockpit. And then hopefully, maybe at some point later on, we'll all see each other. But that might be the thing is the, because I'm on the beta for the Sim Update 8, and you might not be in the beta, so if you're, we'll just go like that. Kodiak's a little squirrely on the takeoff. But yeah, had a good time down here. Really didn't spend much time in the city. Went to USS Midway on my last day to kill some time. I do actually have the USS Midway on here. I think it's, yeah, it's right there out of my right window. You'll still have it even without DLC. On the left is the Coronado Bridge. And then it's pretty much all military. I actually drove down there. Well, not me, but the buddy did. And that's probably why I see a few names, but not a lot of names. Because normally you'd see a lot of people in the area. So it's definitely got to be the beta testers. Gotta trim this out. Really trim it out. You went on the Midway about 12 years ago on a work trip. Nice. Yeah, there's a lot of people around this area on this server. Yeah, because there's only like 4, like 5, 6 of us. So I think, yeah, that's what it is the difference in versions. Not that it's really different between what I have and what you have, but because it's like pretty much like when I have a DLC and you don't have the DLC, we can still be on the same server, but it's all fine. So right now it's just after 4 o'clock. So by the time we get to LA, should be close to 6 o'clock with sunset. And actually, when I was in LA, 2009, as Sizzling Popcorn as a film critic, I actually went out to Santa Monica Pier because I wanted to dip my toes into the Pacific Ocean. I had never done that, but it ended up it was on Valentine's Day, so we'll be going by there again. Maybe the sim will have like my footprints in it. Nah, it's like. You're on Marsh's right wing? Oh, nice. You guys can do formation flying, but I wouldn't be able to see it. It's too bad. It's too bad, but it's not Carlsbad. That's where we're going. Insert dad joke there. Carlsbad. Let's go back in the cockpit here. It's like I'm a faceless leader on your server. We're like in different dimensions. But with the beta, now I have 6 degrees of freedom with the Tobii, and I have settings in the sensitivity. So when I turn my head, it's not going as back as it used to and not moving as quick, but I still wanted to change the settings a bit because I like to be able to look a little further back. Just gonna slow down a slight bit, like going to 160. Right over there is Myanmar, which we'll be going to, I think in a few weeks from now, on the military hops, because I think that's where it's going to end, and then we're going to go from here, I think, up to Oregon in the C-17. Really looks nice, the golf course. Like really nice, crisp. Miramar. Miramar. Like the me as in like a Meat-Rat, that old social media from a few years ago. Must be over 5 years ago now. And if you do have the Reno Air Races, that now has an option to have private lobbies, so you can like race against your friends. Like, should have released like that. Oh, that's Torrey Pines Golf Course. They do big events there. Okay, Torrey Pines. US Open? Isn't Pebble Beach also out this way? Or is that more north? The over the last week, I've been playing a lot of the Hunter, Call of the Wild. It's like a hunting simulator. And over the weekend, I picked up a couple of maps because I haven't really played in maybe 4 years, because Wednesday's the 5th anniversary of the game. So but yeah, the last few days I've been so entrenched in it. I go to bed, I'm like, I can't sleep. So I come downstairs, I go play that. It's like 4 hours later. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, yeah, just killed a bunch of deer and crocodile. Oh, I was like, what? Like, yeah. So, because Microsoft hasn't been stable for me the last week. Wednesday, I'll do the 5th anniversary, do a stream in the Hunter. But I think we'll see with this. I hope that I don't get any CTDs, but pretty much all my flights last week were 1 to 2 CTDs per stream. And what I did was I got rid of the last 2 or 3 liveries that I downloaded. I think that might be the issue. So I'll see with today how it goes. But I've been thinking of almost like on Friday, start with a flight in like the Twin Otter in Alaska and land at the Yukon River, and one of the reserves, I think all these reserves in the Hunter are all like fictional, but they say it's close to the Yukon River, so maybe fly in and then I flip into the Hunter and I go hunting. It's almost like using both simulators in the same stream. That's cool. I played with my brother a few years ago before the DLC came out. Talking about the Hunter. Okay, so I'm just here at 06. So I'm gonna turn in. But yeah, now I think there's like 8 maps, 8 reserves. I'm a little too far back. Oh yeah, okay, there it is. So Carlsbad, it's mostly known for like GA flying and business jets. Lots of resorts, conventions that go on around here, and so they'll jet in.
500.
So I've got a lot of jets all parked here, but it's all with DLC. Get now who it is, but it is available on Contrail. I want to say Impulse, but it's not Impulse. It's too bad. I'll just find a name. Let's see. Dream Flights, McClellan, Palomar, Carlsbad Airport. But yeah, with the Hunter, I saw there's like some like weapon packs and like different DLC packs. And I'm like, is that just like a waste of money? But I'm like, no, because there's like binoculars, like night vision binoculars in like one of the packs. I'm like, man, I need that if I'm gonna see a alligator at nighttime in the dark. Get my scope them out. I've never gone hunting in real life, but it's a fun game, fun simulator. But you can spend lots of time because there's a lot of walking, just like in real life when you're hunting. Lots of walking and scoping out. But yeah, guys, so let me know once you arrived. I'll wait for you guys, even though we're in like two different universes. You're all lined up? Okay, sounds good. Then let's take off then. Okay, sounds good. Taking off. Actually, just gonna change that. KSNA. So off to John Wayne, home of Lil Wayne. Maybe Lil Wayne's there. Talking about Lil Wayne and SoCal. I didn't watch the Super Bowl, but I watched the halftime show today, this morning, and I was like, I knew everyone except this Kendrick Lamar. I was like, okay, what is this? But I guess he's one of Dre's record labels. But I've seen him before at a music award show, but I've never listened to his music.
500.
I still remember the time I was in a Coronado's Cessna 170, no, would have been 182, and I had just taken off from Houston, and I was my brother showed up in the chat. It was like I wanted to show off to him. I'm like, hey, look. Take a look at this. The door can open. And when I opened the door, I was about 10,000 feet in the air. But I had the damage and crashes on right off. As soon as I did that, boom, black screen. And everyone's like, what? It's like, yeah, I guess you can't open your door at 10,000 feet. But there's that guy that did it not too long ago in a stunt for YouTube. Although he says it was a real incident. That is, he had an engine failure, but nope, there was no engine failure. It was all fabricated. So, John Wayne, is that Long Beach? Costa Mesa, Santa Ana, so it's right beside Huntington Beach. But imagine flying this in X-Plane right now. Like, it wouldn't even look like this. You'd have like a bunch of like ortho. This is like awesome. It's like, okay, you got issues with the flight model and stuff. That's fine. That can always be fixed. But you can't bring in like satellite imagery like this. Like, you can't say, oh yeah, we're gonna have it next week. No. Pretty much have to build it in. it's weird looking backwards because I have to steer right is like left on the screen. No, it's because we're not on different servers. We're on different versions of the sim. So I'm on the beta for the sim update 8, which comes out next month, which anyone can do. I would recommend it, but I would just back up your stuff because at the end of the beta, you're then gonna have to get rid of that beta and get onto the full version. But yeah, so I'm on the beta and you're on the older version, the current version. So I think that's why we don't see each other. And the people that I see here are all on the beta version because we got far less people here than what you probably see on your ECUSA server. Yeah, right now, yeah. Good for me, bad for you, yes. Yeah, because I didn't think this would happen, but I thought that was going to be a CTD. Froze for a slight second, but what I'll do is after flight, I'll put it in the Discord, a link to the beta instruction on how to get the beta. You're over at Camp Pelton Marine Base. You can see them doing tank training in these mountains. Are you as you drive down the coast? Ah, nice. Let me see. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, it's a big area. I don't want the beta, that's fine. Well, because having a bunch of CTDs last week, I was like, might as well. And plus, it gave me like some additional features and stuff and settings. So I was like, hey, might as well get onto the beta. I just saw this live. By any chance, how big is the game? Open world terms. It's the whole world. It's not like a map. It's not like your, you know, like Grand Theft Auto. You've got a little map. No. This is the world, and it is like we look down here. All these houses are all there in real life. If you go onto big maps, you put this location in, it's exactly what you see. And then they just put it into, they just make it into 3D. Yeah, satellite imagery from big maps. And then they use AI, I think it's like Shark AI or something like that. It does photogrammetry and yeah, it's really nice. Yeah, auto detailer. Almost looks like an icebreaker or something, like the ice is breaking. But yeah, normally there would be more people flying around, especially like the guys that are watching on the stream are in this flight, but because we have different versions, we can't see each other. So all these people had the beta. There's like like 5 or 6 different servers. There's like 4. Hey, Desert. 5 or 6 different servers.
What's up?
Pretty good, you?
Hey, Desert. Just spent the last hour trying to figure out how to get on this thing.
Oh yeah, onto Discord. But yeah, all the guys, because I'm on beta, they're not. I only see beta players on the server, and they don't see me. I'm like, oh well. I'm assuming it's a big boy storage killer. No, not really. It's mostly stream data. Are different, but yeah, it's like 5 or 6 servers, but it's regional servers. So we're on the East USA server, although like we're in California on this flight.
Yeah, I used to live over in this area, so.
Nice. Are you flying too right now?
Yeah, I'm just way behind everybody.
Okay. Yeah, because you would be able to see them.
Yeah, I see Mars.
Okay.
About 10 miles ahead.
Because we're on our way to John Wayne.
Oh, right on LA. Okay.
Yeah. Isn't that where Lil Wayne lives?
Not that I know of.
Yeah.
I know Kanye has a ranch in Wyoming.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
A ranch. Wow. Does he farm on it?
Whatever rich people do on their ranch.
Yeah, I guess to get everyone else to do the farming.
Right. Likes watching it.
Yeah. But yeah, I always thought John Wayne was like on the north side of LA, but that would be Burbank.
No, it's near Whittier, I think. It's
Well,
kind of almost in the center of town.
yeah, but John Wayne is like Huntington Beach, but on the south side of LA. But I was thinking where Bob Hope, the Burbank is, that's where I always thought John Wayne Airport was. So anyway, I think I was just getting confused.
Yeah, the north side is Santa Monica.
Yeah.
The Santa Monica Airport.
Yeah, because on this flight, so we're going to John Wayne, then we'll go to the island. Was it Catalina?
Right,
and
Catalina.
And then from there to Santa Monica, and then go to the Hollywood sign, and then go into Burbank to finish it off.
Approaching the south side of the airport.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just getting to 02 left.
500.
Not too far from Anaheim. I think
Yeah, I've been to Disneyland in the sim. It's like it's nice, but it's not nice. Like it's all like very dirty because of the photogrammetry.
Mm-hmm. Oh, not all, yeah, photogrammetry. Right.
And then like if you ever see like a roller coaster, there's always like the all the space underneath the roller coaster. It ends up being like a pillar. But yeah,
They
but
did pretty good on this one.
yeah.
All right, 20 right.
Yeah, I'm coming in on the other side. I was gonna go to 02 right, but then I saw the strip. It's like very short strip. Yeah, in the on the YouTube chat, just let me know when you guys arrive there. Or Desert, if you see that they've all arrived, just let me know. I think it's
Yeah, we got four people here. We got Ben, Marsh.
and
They're all on the
and
first
Cheddarbob.
taxiway to the left off of 20 right.
Okay, and Cheddar's there also. Cheddarbob.
I don't see his label, but I think he's probably one of the planes.
Okay. Yeah, we can take off then. All together. Okay, sounds good.
Bonanza's a beast.
Yeah, that thing can be pretty quick. But the John Wayne Airport, it's pretty lively for a default airport. But that could also be simple traffic.
Flying over my dad's old high school.
Oh, nice.
Celsius. It's the name of high school. Celsius High School.
Still exists?
Oh yeah. I'd have been there since the 50s. It is also the same high school that they had in Back to the Future.
Oh, okay. My elementary school, I think it was maybe like 5, 6, 7 years ago, they tore it down. It's like, what? So now you go there, it's the land, it's just houses on it now. There's no trace of the school.
Yeah, the high school I graduated from is now elementary school.
Okay. Rafa Barian, thanks for the sub. Yeah, and Catalina Island's nice place to go.
Never made it out there.
Yeah, I've never gone in like real life, but I think I thought about going out there because there's so many different ferry routes into different parts of the island. Do like a day trip.
Oh, I'm wondering what my graphics were. My frame rate was doing so well. It reverted me to low quality.
Oh, yeah, that's yeah, that explains things.
I couldn't tell the difference. I was like, oh, there we go. I was looking at my plane. I'm like, man, the anti-aliasing on this thing sucks.
Yeah. Well, like, what I don't get is like, Flight Simulator is fine. My GPU will not peak at 100, and I'll be on like high end. I've got it on high end. But if I go and I play the Hunter or American or Euro Truck Simulator, automatically it's up to 100. The GPU, and I'm like, what? Like, I've got no room left to like stream off of the GPU. I have to stream from the PC, the CPU, and I'm like,
I think it's the guts of the sim engine. It's still based off of Flight Simulator 10, and that was pretty CPU intensive, single core.
yeah,
And they've been trying to use multi-threading in these new updates, but I think it's still pretty CPU heavy. I'm running a 6700K, which it doesn't do too well.
yeah. Well, because like with the other sims, I've gone from like the other day, the Hunter, I was in Ultra. Well, it was at 99% GPU. So I brought it down to medium, restarted that game, still 99%. I'm like, okay, the graphics doesn't matter, the CPU, like, so then I put VSync, and I capped it at, it capped out at 144 frames per second. Because I read somewheres, put the VSync, it'll cap the FPS, and then your GPU will go down. But the thing is, my screens are 144 hertz, so it's gonna only cap out at 144.
Why?
I don't know.
Yeah, it'll max out at your monitor refresh rate.
Yeah, so because I've joked that the next GPU that I get will be the 4090. Well, I saw rumors that the 4090 should be announced in September and released in October. I told that to my wife. She's like, "You're not getting that." I'm like, I'm just like joking.
The 3000 series to market first.
The what?
They can't. I mean, they're still hard to get.
Well, because 3090 Ti should be coming out shortly, but then by the end of the year, the 4090. Like what? But a 3090 would actually more than double my VRAM.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it'll be a baby step or a big step. Like, you know, the 2000 series was a baby step compared. I mean, they added ray tracing,
Yeah,
but not substantive FPS numbers. But 3090 was a big step, and then the 30,000 series was a big step. It's one of the 4000 series is going to be another baby step.
yeah. Well, because what I have is the 2080 Ti. So yeah, like a 3090 would be nice, but really, like, yeah, because really the 3090 is the old what did it used to Titan card. It's pretty much the old Titan card, and they just made it for gaming, or now marketed as for gamers.
Well, I really can't really upgrade my card to be any kind of worthwhile upgrade until I'm gonna have to pull the guts out of this computer and put another processor.
Yeah. I think I'm in the same boat because the next GPU will be bigger than the current one, and then the motherboard won't take it. Then my CPU power, well, so I'll just need a brand new PC. So then, in that case, I would then use this as the streaming PC, and then the other one as like the gaming PC. See how that works? Don't have to get rid of it. Oh yeah, but get rid of it. You can sell it for money. That's what my wife would probably say. I'd be like, no, I just keep on using it, you know? Just put, because then it takes the load off of the gaming PC. Alright.
I got computers from the early 90s in my experience.
Well, because I do have my laptop that's probably 5 years old, 5 or 6 years old. Well, that I could probably stream from it. Just put it on the side here and then stream from it and have it all connected up. But I haven't tried it. The fans on the laptop, they just skyrocket very quickly.
Yeah, I'm wondering how well my M1 Mac would do for streaming those.
Yeah.
I'll use the Amiga with all of its 128 colors. So from here, after Catalina, is what, Pearl Harbor? No,
not Pearl Harbor. Definitely not. No, after Catalina to Santa Monica, then downtown Hollywood, and then Burbank to finish it off.
Oh, right on.
Oh man, I'm like having a hard time trying to see this airport.
Yeah, it's up there.
Oh yeah, okay, I see it now. It's because the sun is like right in the eyesight of the runway.
This runway is 22.
Yep, G2 or 04.
Now we got 120 knots. He's trying to land faster than me.
In March, this is where I tested out FS Realistic, and this is where I did the toilet flushing. In it, yeah. FS Realistic, not so realistic. Oh yeah, because when I landed here, I did like this horrible landing, and FS Realistic will then like clap, as if like a whole airline of people clapping, and I'm like in a two-seater, like, yeah, this is realistic. Turn off the circuit breaker for the backup instruments.
Looks like it's below your throttle quadrant.
Okay. Blinding lights. What does he want? The backup instrument. Backup instrument. Because iFlySimX was saying if you get rid of your backup instrument from the circuit breaker in the Kodiak, you'll save a bunch of you'll gain like 10-15 FPS. Start standby. Hey Marsh, thanks a lot for the super chat. Visited Catalina via ferry during a family reunion 30 years ago. Thanks for
standby attitude.
Standby attitude. Try that.
Yeah, center bottom row.
Okay. Yeah, I just pulled that. I'm not sure if I'll see a difference, but probably. Not seeing a difference now, but it could be later on that I see it. Thanks for helping me make a new memory. 30 years ago. Wow. So you were quite young at that point. Because I don't think you were 30 back 30 years ago. Running VR on a laptop this whole flight. Great FPS. You ain't lived till you've done a touch and go at KSMO and the CRJ. KSMO. What's KSMO? KSMO. Oh, it's in Santa Monica, the CRJ. Wow. Yeah, I'm guessing everyone's here now. Yeah, it's all right. Santa Monica, let's take off, and off we go. It's so since we can't see. Yeah. Yeah, I only got one name tag, but looks like Bad Bossman is somewhere's in the LAX vicinity, being at 8320. So I put a custom waypoint in the flight plan, and that's just to mark Santa Monica Pier.
Oh, okay.
And then it's right into Santa Monica. I remember my first time in LA. I was there for Oscar Week 2009, and I had gone to the taping of the New Adventures of Old Christine, and the actress, like Christine, the actress playing Christine, she was on Seinfeld, the woman off of Seinfeld.
Julia Louise-Dreyfus.
Yeah, so I'm sitting there in the first row, and the guy he's sitting beside me, we started talking. I was telling him I was there, I was a film critic and stuff, and he's like, oh, that's what he's like, but yeah, my friend, she's a co-star or a guest star tonight, and she was like the principal for like a couple of episodes on the show. So they took a break at one point, and she comes over and he introduces me to her and blah blah, and they're like, it's like, hey, afterwards you can come hang out with us if you want. I'm like, okay, but I never saw them, and I already had plans to go to UCLA. I was going to meet someone that had did some work for me at Comic-Con, doing some press junkets for me. So I go, she was doing like a student film, showing off a student film. So when I got there, everyone was like, they were just about to leave, so we all like hung out, I think like in Redwood, and so some parked in this parking garage and some parked at like other places. We went to one place and we're eating. Oh, it's almost like midnight, so I think they were closing or something, so we left. We went to another place. While we're in that place, it's almost like 2 a.m. And so everyone's like, okay, yeah, you know, everyone's all gonna leave, but like I'm just staying in a hotel. I'm just gonna walk or like and then take the bus. Well, we all walked back to the garage, and those that parked in that garage closed, so they couldn't get their cars. So the girl that had gone to see there, that was showing her student film, she told everyone else saying, hey, come over to my place, you can all hang out at my place, and then in the morning we'll come back, we'll pick up the cars. I'm like, yeah, see you guys, I'm off to my hotel, I'm good. But I was like, the parking garage, like that whole experience down in Redwood, I was like, I was like in my 20s, before I met my wife. Or if I was to tell my kids, before I met your mother. Alright, let's see. Seriously, how can you be a film critic and can't remember JLD? Yeah, but that's a show critic, not a... But the thing is when I was a film critic, it was like, my parents, like, it was notoriously known in my family that I fell asleep during movies. It didn't matter how long it was. But I do remember Postman by with Kevin Costner in it. I think it was like a 3-hour movie, and I remember staying up the whole 3 hours. And anything else, like, I'd just fall asleep. But the year that I was a film critic, I watched the whole movie. I'd watch like several movies back to back. And then since then, it's like I've gone back to the usual me. I'll fall asleep, but sometimes like it's got to be non-linear movie for me to stay awake. and it's also because I've dissected movies so much that it gets pretty boring for me. So it's like Memento or like Quentin Tarantino, where it's like constantly like non-linear movie. All right, Benjamin, have a good night.
Yeah, I had a weird habit while I was in the service of running into someone else. Just, like I had a detail when I was away during the invasion of Iraq. Had to, they say in the Army never volunteer for anything.
Yeah.
And they were asking if anybody had driver's license, and I said, and I was doing a really crap detail at the time, and they're like, yeah, I've got a driver's license. And they're like, well, we need to go down to Kuwait City and get some stuff. And I thought I'd be driving a Humvee, and they threw the keys to me to a military van, and a lieutenant that was with me, I guess he was a media relations officer. And we went down to Kuwait City Airport and picked up 4 people, and it was Rebecca Romaine.
Rebecca Romaine, what was she? I don't know the name. If I saw a picture, I might know. Take a look here. Oh, I put my full throttle. Let's see. Rebecca Romaine, American actor. Okay. X-Men, The Punisher. I see a picture of her with John Stamos. Still there? You said Rebecca Robin, and he's gone. Probably lost connection. So we're on our way to Santa Monica Pier, and then that will pretty much get
500.
Yeah, it's on short final for Santa Monica Municipal. But I do remember on my way home from LA that time, I was on the plane, and this girl walks on, and it was Amanda Seyfried. I think that's what. At that time, she had just played in Mamma Mia. Let's see. Yeah, Amanda Seyfried. It's so I ended up going to the back of the plane. That's where she was sitting. Her boyfriend was sitting in first class, and so I wanted to go give her my my business card, like for Sizzling Popcorn, like the movie website back then, and she was sleeping. So what I did was, once we got to Toronto, and I saw the boyfriend coming off, and she was like at the back of the plane, so it was gonna be a while. I gave the boyfriend my card. I said, "Yeah, can you give that to Amanda?" And while I was there, because I did Dr. Phil. Yeah, Dr. Phil. I was sitting right beside his wife on the show. There was the New Adventures of Old Christine. And then there was a CTD. No. Okay, so we still got CTD issues. That sucks. But they, yeah, so they, Dr. Phil. Oh, I was also on Good Morning America the morning after the Oscars. I think I had to show up at like 3 a.m. But I think there was another show. But when I went to LA the second time around, that time I was then married and with my wife. We went on Price is Right. And every time like people ask, "Oh, so did you go on stage?" No. And it's not really like a lottery. It's like the producers like handpick these people. They pick people that are gonna be excited and all this kind of stuff, and they interview you, but they only ask you like about like 2 questions. It's not really an interview, but they base it off of that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take off from I'm gonna take off just off the in the water, just off of Santa Monica Pier. Go for a landing at Santa Monica, and then continue with the flight. But you'll see later on, I'll have my marketplace update, and I briefly talk about it. But CTDs, I think in 5 years from now, 2027, we're still gonna have CTDs, and hopefully a lot less than what we get now. Like some people don't get CTDs, and others get piles of them, whether they're on Xbox or on PC. But I think it's sort of like the pandemic. You just gotta live with it. Just live with it. Because the thing is, the sim is so big. It's there's so much data. Welcome back.
Lost power.
Oh, you lost power. I thought I pissed you off because I didn't know who you were talking about.
I had a power outage.
Yeah, you got a power outage. And shortly after, I ended up with a CTD. Man, it's CTDs all the time. Okay, now we see a picture of her. Rebecca Romaine.
Yeah, it was Rebecca Romaine, John Stamos, and Brittany Murphy.
Okay. Well, even John Stamos, yeah, because what they were together at that time.
Yeah, this was back in 2003.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was an interesting 2-hour van trip.
Yeah.
Had private security and everything crammed into that van.
Did you talk with them at all, or?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You can't hardly. You're crammed in a van.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was. I didn't know what to say. I mean, when I first picked them up, I didn't even realize who they were, and I took off their sunglasses. and I was like, immediately in my brain, a word popped into my head, and Stamos was like, "Don't say it." I was thinking, Uncle Jesse.
yeah, Uncle Jesse. Yeah. While you were gone, I was saying that I saw Amanda. What was that? Amanda. Amanda Seyfried? Or is it?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, from Mamma Mia, Mean Girls, bunch of movies. So we were going to Toronto. She's at the completely back of the plane, and her boyfriend's in first class. So I at one point I go to the washroom, but I'm not really going to the washroom. I'm going to give her my business card for my website. and then shoot, I get back there, she's sleeping. I'm like, oh shoot. So then, where's KSMO? So when we got to Toronto, I saw the boyfriend. I was like, yeah, can you get us that Amanda, please? And he was like, probably thinking, who is this guy? What does he want with my girlfriend? And while I was there, I did a studio tour of Warner Brothers, but like a VIP tour. So rather than like an hour or too long, it was more of like a 4 or 5 hour, and you got to eat in the commissary with all like executives. And so I'm on a tour, like the tour guide and myself, we're the only guys on this tour with a bunch of women. And we get in the commissary. He's like, yeah, normally we see celebrities, but we haven't seen anyone lately. However, ER just had they're having their like finale party in the back. But other than that, he's like looking around. He's like, yeah, I don't see anyone. So I don't know, like 15-20 minutes later, I see this guy coming in. The guy looks like from the Curious Case of Benjamin Button, with like an exec, and I'm like, hey ladies, check it out, it's Brad Pitt. One woman had her daughter, and this woman, like, she was blushing big time. And the daughter's like, Mommy, why is your face so red? Why is your face so red? Because she's like seeing Brad Pitt like 4 tables away. And we couldn't have cameras in the commissary. But this one girl, she snuck in like her flip phone. And she was trying to snap a picture when the tour guide went to the washroom. Well, I don't even know like how many pixels that picture, how much it could take. But if you try looking at a picture nowadays, you wouldn't even know who it was. Probably like a blob. But just like, yeah, people will go like crazy.
It's always cool when you go to the studio and you can see some of the sets that you recognize from TV.
Yeah.
Because like when I was in high school, we had a junior ROTC trip, and we went to Paramount. And got to see a lot of the sets there.
Ah, nice.
Like Deep Space Nine and the Promenade. that has like so much bigger on TV, and you go in there and you're like, it's all plywood.
Yeah. Just like Price is Right. Price is Right is like very small. But on like TV, you don't think of it. You think it's a lot bigger.
Magic of lenses.
Oh, Air Stud lost power since this afternoon, and it just came back on. Oh.
Is he in Texas?
I don't know.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah. And Marsh says, Amanda Seyfried is so smoking, she proudly tampered with, disabled, or destroyed a lavatory smoke detector on that flight. Because she's so smoking hot. But yeah, like on the set of Dr. Phil, you didn't see like Dr. Phil, and he's like, his head is like caked with powder, like, but you don't notice that on TV. But it's because they have like high definition cameras that they would see like all this stuff on his head, so you, it would shine on the camera, so they have to powder his head. Yeah, we're doing good, Air Stud. We're just landing in Santa Monica. I just had a CTD just on my way here, but some of them are probably already here. What? I don't want AP. AP was on? Oh yeah, because I spawned in the air. Yeah. Yeah, Air said no one can see me because I'm on the beta version. Everybody else isn't. So they segregate us. If you guys are all at Santa Monica, we can take off. And then we'll go towards the Hollywood sign and then go for a landing at Burbank. Bob Hope. Actually gotta turn around and do a sunset takeoff. Yeah. So in other words, all is as you would expect. Yeah, always issues.
Stop.
What the?
Stop. Stop.
What the? I don't even know what the hell is going on. This is hilarious. What is he? Wow. It's like a dolphin doing like a happy dance or something, or a seal. and I had gone to Toronto for a film festival. That would have been 2008. The
Stop.
shoot, like no,
Stop. Stop.
it really doesn't like something. But yeah, I was in Toronto Film Festival, there for the Brothers Bloom movie by directed by Ryan Johnson, and it was like Adrian Brody, Mark Ruffalo, and Rachel Weisz. So I had a press junket with each one. We were like a handful of people from the press. But then one-on-one with Ryan Johnson, and my last question was, like, I'd always wanted to ask, what are you working on next? He's like, yeah, so I'm working on a sci-fi movie set in the future, and it's going to be called Looper. And I'm like, okay, so like I like jot down some notes and stuff. I'm like, oh, okay. And so after we get out of there, the PR, the publicist then takes me back to the main room. But we get on the elevator, and this like scruffy looking guy, and this, you got a woman with him. Get on the elevator, and we get off. That guy says, "You know who that was?" I'm like, "No." It's like, that was Bryan Adams. I'm like, what? Really? So later on, I'm walking around, I see Brian's coming up. I'm like, hey, Brian. He didn't even acknowledge. Obviously, like if someone said your name and you have no clue who they are, why would you even acknowledge that? But
I bet you get that a lot.
yeah, I know, you get it a lot. So then then I hadn't watched like a movie in like almost like 6 months to a year. I went like cold turkey, stopped watching movies. So I went with my wife to a movie, and there was a trailer, and the trailer was with Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Bruce Willis, and I'm like, I don't know, I got this feeling like I think I've heard of this. And at the end, Looper, Ryan Johnson. I'm like, what? That's the movie he was telling me about like 2 years ago. I'm like, man, it's like crazy. But it's what's crazy is now the guy's he's directed a Star Wars movie. Like his fourth movie was a Star Wars movie. I'm like, what? So on my way, I've got a point for the observatory, and then to the west of it should be the Hollywood sign. But I'm not sure exactly where you guys are, but it will be on the mountain ridge.
Yeah, I think the Hollywood sign is on the same hill as Griffith Observatory.
Yeah, I think it's at the top of the hill. I still got the flaps. But yeah, when I got back from the first time in LA, in I was
500.
at like college and career, and that's where I was telling these girls, hey, you know, I saw Brad Pitt. And my wife, like, we weren't even dating even at that point, but she heard that, she was like impressed. She's like, oh, this guy saw Brad Pitt. Oh. And then it was like, I don't know, 2-3 months later we were dating, and a year later engaged, a year after that married,
500.
and now we're like coming up to 11 years already.
Where did you go to college at?
Out here, St. Mary's University in Halifax.
That's
Nova Scotia, right on
Nova
the
Scotia.
right on the ocean. So it's like northeast of Maine.
yeah.
But I grew up across the border from upper state New York. Yeah, if you get to the observatory, it's right to the left and at the top. It's not illuminated in the sim. And I've got like a Volanta geocaching sign just above it.
500.
There you go, Hollywood. There's a couple lights on it.
Yeah, it's your standard LA tourist stop.
Yeah.
Universal City.
Yeah.
Studio's probably right on your left there.
Oh yeah, because I remember the going from the studio from that New Adventures of Old Christine, taping down to UCLA. I think the cab cost me like $55-60 US. It's like, man. I think it was like a 30-40 minute cab ride.
$500.
500. Cheddar landed with Marsh. Nice. Yeah, I gotta say, it's a little weird doing this, but hey, you know, leading a flight, but you're like in a different like universe. Oh. Little bumpy. Minus 393.
Well, that's how the mechanics make their money.
Yep, that's right. And I found out because I've got the Orbix Bird Bank. It was like one of the first Orbix airports for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Well, the guy is actually redoing it with some new models and stuff. So, because there was always an issue with FPS at this airport, so hopefully you get a better picture, but then less FPS. Decent landing. Yeah, right. But yeah, it was a good flight. Still fun, but not as fun as if we're all in the same universe. But we made it here just in time for the sunset, and the sun is actually about to go under the horizon. But yeah, perfect sunset timing, and it's live time too. But yeah, thanks guys for, even though there was the trouble, for showing up and flying with me in, I guess, spirit. But I'll be back on Wednesday afternoon. Be doing some the Hunter Call of the Wild, so doing some hunting while I'm hunting down where these CTDs are coming from and trying to get rid of them. And then I might be back on Friday. Just not sure yet, but I do have to start working on preparing for next Saturday. I've got a race at Sebring, which is like I think it's like a 2 hours 40-minute race, and then a couple of weeks later it's like a 6-hour race, and then a couple of weeks after that is 12 hours of Sebring. So it's all leading up to the big endurance race. But again, thanks a lot everyone, and happy flying.